Hi everybody, I'm David. Welcome to my channel, My Yard Sale. Hey, today I want to talk a little bit about some things that have been going on in my life for the last, 10 days or so. Some things that have been happening and some updates on my health. I know I haven't posted in, probably, 2 weeks maybe. And one of you guys pointed out that I hadn't been posting. And I just wanted to catch everybody up because there's been some not so great things that have happened, and maybe some good things that have happened. So, first off, I want to say, and I'm going to try not to get emotional about this, but I'm on Facebook. I use Facebook mostly to keep in touch with my family, my immediate family, and my friends that I have from the Navy, from the military. And I don't know, 7 or 8, 10 days ago, I got a notice on Facebook that one of my friends passed away from COVID or something. I haven't quite figured out exactly what it was, but he passed away. I was enlisted in the Navy. He was my lieutenant, and honestly, he was just a little bit older than I was. I was probably 20. He was probably 29, which makes him now, 60, 70 years old. And I'm just going to say that it was kind of a slap in the face because this guy was very healthy. I've lost other friends from the Navy previously, but most of those guys were generally pretty unhealthy and pretty carefree. And like I think that my last friend that passed away, he passed away from COVID, but it was a um, it was a weight issue. Like he was not healthy at all. And I think I knew he wasn't healthy. We all knew he wasn't healthy. And when he passed away, it wasn't a huge surprise. But so I had this guy this last week, 10 days ago, that passed away that I got to be honest, it was like a slap in the face. And I'm not a young guy. My grandparents are gone. Nobody in my immediate family, for the most part, has passed away yet. Luckily, I guess. Um, but when my grandparents passed away, that that wrecked me because my grandparents were about as close to being parents as grandparents can be as parents, and that was very difficult for me. But since from then until now, I haven't lost anybody in my life. I guess I'm super lucky. I guess I'm really lucky like that. I just haven't lost anybody in my life. So when I lose my Navy friends, that's that's as close to losing brothers as possible. These are guys that we grew up together. And this guy that passed away not too long ago, in the last week and a half or so, I flew through the mountains of Fragile with this guy. We chased herds of camels in helicopters. Um, just the memories made it extremely difficult, and I'm hoping that I don't have to deal with this too much more often in life moving forward. I guess I should be happy that I'm alive and everything's good, but it's extremely difficult when some of these guys I lose these guys because these guys were closer to me as brothers than even actual real brothers. I have real brothers, and these guys, my Navy buddies, we went through more and experienced more life in a short 4 years of enlistment that I was in than the all the previous years I had with even real brothers. So that was pretty difficult, and and I tried to stay focused on health and try to keep up my steps. But I'll be honest, I I didn't lean on alcohol, which is good, because in the old days I would have probably just got a case of beer and kicked back and just drank a bunch of beer, but I didn't do that. But what I did do is I did eat quite a few carbs and sugar, and it set me back. it didn't do me any favors. So so I'm kind of trying to get through that and deal with that. I mean, I'm happy now to be kind of beyond it, and I think that I've dealt with it. And now I'm just suffering the repercussions of eating stupid stuff and not getting enough exercise. So that's kind of why I pretty much have been um, shut in and not posting. Honestly, I've spent a lot of time just laying in bed watching YouTube videos. And I'm happy about having YouTube and TikTok. TikTok. It's kept me pretty busy, but now for some reason, TikTok thinks I need to see every 9/11 conspiracy theory in the world, and I told a lot of you guys before that I felt like that whole 9/11 thing was kind of a scam, and I watched 2 days of 9/11 conspiracy theories that now I think even more that it's a scam. So so I watched all this stuff about 9/11, and then I watched probably, I don't know, a day and a half about covert narcissists. And I have a friend who knew about narcissism intimately. And I gotta be honest, I knew that it was a thing, but I didn't really know what it was. But I've learned more about covert narcissism than I would have ever liked to have known. And between that and they also decided they wanted to show me a ton of videos about Rolex, which I'm not a Rolex guy. I like my Apple Watch, but I would never spend that much money on a Rolex. Um, so this thing with covert narcissists, I feel like everybody should take some kind of a course on covert narcissists because to identify a covert narcissist, or I guess a narcissist in general, as soon as possible, is the very best thing for anybody that has to deal with them. I'm 99% sure now that I dealt with a covert narcissist for many, many years. Like everything that I watched, all the videos that I watched, everything that I read, all pointed to the fact that I had a long-standing relationship with a covert narcissist that didn't ruin my life, but definitely wrecked my life for many years. And that was kind of something that was, I guess, time well spent. But I feel like everybody should watch some videos about covert narcissists just to be able to identify them and avoid them. Because these people, I think that they're just screwed up in the head and they don't intentionally try to ruin people's lives, but that's exactly what they do is they ruin people's lives. So that was kind of interesting in the last couple of days about my weight and my health. So I am gaining weight finally after a year, maybe 2 years of just trying to gain weight. I gained 5 pounds in the last 8 days, and I'm still gaining weight. I'm um I'm mostly eating burger patties. I still do eat some luncheon meat. I'm drinking a lot of milk, whole milk, and I would actually add whey protein back in if if I can continue on this thing of just getting better. Like gaining weight for me is a huge positive. Finally, I haven't been able to gain weight in years, and now it's really strange because like I'm gaining mass, I'm gaining muscle weight, I'm not gaining any fat. I had some water weight that I mostly passed it through. I had some protein weight because I was eating so much protein. But now I'm actually gaining actual just body weight, mass weight, which I'm happy about that. The strange thing about this is that as I'm adding this mass onto my body, it's almost like if I was to take, well, it actually did happen. If I take all the muscle and all the mass off of my body, and then I add 4 or 8 pounds of mass and muscle, it makes that muscle, it doesn't work right. Like in my hands don't work right. I finally am starting to get some strength and my hands and general strength. But my hands don't work right. Like I have to retrain my body to work right. So that's kind of what I'm focused on doing is I'm trying to walk as much as I can, trying to stretch as much as I can, trying to do push-ups and do some exercises. But so I was definitely insulin resistant, and I guess they call it a what is it? A skinny diabetic. So that was me for sure. I'm starting to get some weight back, so I'm reversing that, which is I'm sure the insulin resistance. I think I have some insulin sensitivity back, and and I'm happy to share that that seems to be heading in the right direction. I'm still using my scale, my smart scale, and that is showing that I'm not gaining any fat, unfortunately, because I'm going to need the fat for winter as it comes. But I'm not gaining any fat, but I am gaining muscle and I'm gaining mass. So that's all good news. I'm happy about that. I'm not using protein powder anymore right now. I'm just drinking. I'm drinking whole milk. I drink whole milk with flax seeds, and what I did add with the whole milk that makes it a little bit easier than just drinking milk is I put a container of sugar-free vanilla Jello, not Jello, pudding mix. I put a box of vanilla sugar-free pudding mix in my container, in the powder, in my container of powdered milk and flax seeds. So when I get a scoop of my shake mix, it's whole milk, flax seeds, and a little tiny bit of sugar-free pudding, which that also gives me a little bit of like a little bit of mouth feel. It makes me feel like I'm actually eating something, sort of. So I'm pretty happy about that. One thing that's kind of a little bit nutty is, and I mentioned this before, I feel like my hair is growing so fast. Like I haven't had to shave my face for even months at a time, and I don't know if it's just because my body changed or if insulin resistance makes your hair not grow as much. But now I feel like I need to shave my face very frequently, like all the hair, all over my whole body. I'm gonna have to probably cut my hair pretty soon too. I'll have to shave my head soon. But my hair is growing so fast. I heard the biggest flock of geese fly over the other day. Ooh, excuse me. I heard probably 1,000 geese fly over, which is that's usually I enjoy that when it's winter going to summer, but I hate hearing the geese fly over this time of year because I know the cold is right behind them. Now last year I had to have a bunch of work done on my furnace and my heating, and my heat started up in the last couple of days actually, and now I'm having a problem with my furnace again. So I've got to have these heat people come out and take a look at it, which kind of sucks because I was hoping to have at least a couple of years of not having to worry about heat or anything. And it seems like that is not going to be the case. So I am no longer focused on eating enough protein or really anything else other than eating calories. I need to get as many calories as I can. And the more I focus on calories, it seems like it's working. It's helping me get the weight back. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to continue to just gain weight, at least for a while. I need to gain about 20, 25 pounds. That's at least what my scale says that I should be at, is about 20 or 25 more pounds. I've got quite a bit of ways to go. So I live in upstate New York, and I use Visible as my cell phone carrier. And I swear, that visible product is laid right on top of the Verizon network. And the Verizon network where I live, it sucks so bad. Like the now my phone finally does say that I have 5G and ultra wideband. Even though I have 5G and ultra wideband, I'll have one bar and no either no internet over my phone or very little internet. And that's just because Verizon stinks. I wish Verizon would get their crap together upstate and like have it start working. It's funny because Kathy Hochul, our governor, the street fighter from Buffalo, wants to focus on getting legal representation for illegal immigrants. And it'd be nice if she would put a little bit of effort into getting our electric costs lower down, and maybe get it so that it wasn't dangerous for us to live 8 miles from the state capital and not be able to get cell phone coverage at all. It's so nutty. So last month, I bought a big old bag of apples. And I've said it before on this channel. I love apples. Like, I really like apples. I could eat 10 apples if I could, and I don't eat 10 apples. But I bought a bag of apples, and I did eat quite a few apples. And I'm going to be honest, it didn't do me any good. And I did a little bit of research, and I'm reading that fructose, which is in apples for the most part, it affects your body way differently than glucose. And I think that I was just eating too much fructose. I mean, I don't know if that's right or not because I'm not a healthcare specialist. I'm not a health specialist person. But I feel like I was eating too many apples, and I feel like the fructose and just the carbs in the apples negatively impacted me. So now I'm out of apples, so I'm happy about that. The other thing that I did watch that I thought was quite interesting is this whole thing of being a glucose burner, a sugar burner, or a fat burner. And it makes a lot of sense that my body converts to sugar very quickly. And I think when I'm converted to sugar, I'm not using fat for energy at all, which would make a lot of sense why in other posts that I've done on this channel, I talk about how I run out of energy and just have no more energy. I think it's because my body just uses up the sugar, and I am not fat adapted at all. And it's not like I eat so much sugar, but I think my body is just, I got to figure out how to become more fat adapted and less be sugar heavy. And I'm not totally sure what to do besides just, keto and carnivore for the most part. But even when I'm eating keto and carnivore, I still do feel like I am. I feel like I'm not fat adapted. I feel like I'm sugar. I'm a sugar person, and I don't totally understand it, but it makes a lot of sense. I watched this video about being fat adapted and sugar adapted, and it makes a lot of sense why I would be able to like be fine for a little while, and then all of a sudden I have like no energy at all, and I can't get from one end of my house to the other, and the strength of my legs goes away, and I just don't have any strength. Probably because I'm sugar adapted and not fat adapted. I've got to get to being fat adapted and just enjoy that for a couple of weeks or months and not be bringing the sugar in at all. Although it's like my brain, when I don't have enough sugar in my system, and I know I don't need a lot, But if I don't have any sugar in my system, my brain is talking about, ooh, Pop-Tarts, brownies, cookies. Like like I think about sugar constantly when I'm having sugar in my system. I've got to get to the point where I'm just not thinking about sugar at all. And I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that. Because I already do eat, like, I eat mostly, I eat a little bit of vegetables. So I get a little carbs from vegetables. I eat frozen peas, corns, and carrots. And, but I eat that. I eat burger patties, and I drink my milk. So I'll drink, I don't know, 2 or 3 10-ounce cups of milk a day, which that's a pretty good amount of protein. And I do eat vitamins. I have vitamins. But I'm trying to figure out how to get away from being sugar adapted and get more to being fat adapted. Even though I don't need to like use up any fat, I actually need to gain more fat, which I think that just eating the amount of calories that I'm eating and the weight that I'm gaining will help me gain some fat. I don't know. We'll see. I'm open to anything that you guys might have to say about that, what you think. By the way, thanks for the note. I appreciate people checking in on me. I hadn't been on here for a while. I'm having problems with my computer, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do about that, but I'm having some problems. And I had that friend of mine that passed, and that was a little bit difficult. But I appreciate getting checked up on. I'm thankful for that, and I'm glad that people even care. It makes me feel good. It makes me like I don't really feel happy about sharing that I had a tough time or I'm having a tough time, but I'm glad that anybody even cares. It makes me feel kind of good. So thank you very much. If you have any comments on this post, do me a favor, leave it below if it's nice. If it's not nice, then take a hike. Just kidding. So yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm physically, I feel like I'm right on the borderline of getting better and feeling better. Mentally, I'm feeling better. And then, of course, I had that situation, that waylay situation, my friend passing. I think that pretty quickly I'll get past all this and things will get better, and that things will hopefully get a little bit easier. So, hey, I hope you guys are all having a great day. Thanks for watching. If you thought this was interesting at all, do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up. And if you're subscribed, thank you so much. Ed, thanks for the note. If you're not subscribed, please consider. I'll hopefully have some interesting things to post in the next couple of weeks. Definitely I'll be posting about hopefully the upside of my health, because I'm feeling better. I'm feeling physically better. I'm just right on that borderline of my body. Like my mind wants me to do more, but my body just doesn't quite support it yet. I'm still building my body, and we'll see what happens. So thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Have a good day.